Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, and Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your love and relationship reading for you. Now, whenever Spirit wants you to find this message is the exact time it will show up for you. So be aware of that. Now, if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. So thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, a healing, or a gift card, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It is linked in the description box below. Now let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Oh, we have strength. The Ace of Wands, which has been coming up a lot. Ooh, the Ace of Swords. Very strong masculine energy coming forward. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. The Queen of Swords. I love that for you. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Oh, the Four of Wands, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Oh, the Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, angels and spirit guides. The Eight of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Oh, the Five of Cups, interesting. Oh, and the Three of Cups. Okay, interesting. I like that. I do. Okay. At the center of everything is Leo energy. Now, if you're born in the cusp with Leo, if you have Leo in your chart, that's going to come through very, very powerfully here. All right. But it's also the time frame of July 23rd to August 22nd, depending on when this reading has found you. Just keep that time frame in your mind. But you're going to see that you're moving forward in strength, tenacity, and determination, and that you have been for quite a time. It can be from, Leo time period, or it can be that you are... No, it's interesting, Virgo, because what Spirit is saying here is that people are seeing you as stronger than you see yourself. And one of the things that you have to kind of come to terms with within yourself is that you are stronger than you think you are. There is also an energy here of like, hey, be aware when you find your person, or if you have found your person, the way that you are connecting, okay, it's going to be different than you thought. Meaning that you could have in your imagination this person that you're supposed to be meeting, and you will meet this person in a completely different way. And they'll be different than what you had expected, but they will complement you really quite beautifully. And there's a loyalty, there's a connection there that's like, it's better than all the like fireworks, the instant fireworks that you could possibly get. So I like that for you very, very much, because Virgo, you are that grounded, steady, powerful presence. And having that energy, that person that can walk beside you, is really important. Now, the challenge here is the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is passion. So the Ace of Wands is creative passion, it's fire, it's tenacity, it's determination. And I know you could be like, that's my challenge, rude. And I completely agree and understand. But what the Ace of Wands here is, the challenge is to embrace what you are passionate about and not give up your passion for what others say you should be passionate about. Meaning that if you are in a relationship, or if you are looking for a person and you have to keep on constantly changing yourself to be what that person wants of you, demands of you, expects of you, instead of who it is that you are they really the right person for you? Or is that the energy that you want to be, diving into? There is a sense here of fire, tenacity, and insight. And as you have the challenge of embracing your fire, tenacity, and insight, as you have the sense of, right, I want this passion, I want the frustration in my life to leave, and I want the passion to build forward. It's like, but are you opening up your door to that passion? Are you saying, this is me? This is what I love. This is what I enjoy. This is how I'm opening up the door to myself. And at the root of you is the Ace of Swords. This is cutting through doubts and fears that you have in your mind. This is embracing creativity and insight. This is a way with words. This is a way with, with your mind coming together and looking at things in a different way. It's not keeping yourself in a box. Again, this is very masculine energy here, which is funny because it's taken by the feminine energy of the Queen of Swords. But the Queen of Swords is that energy of, you will not put me in a box. And there's something here, Virgo, about you will not put me in a box when it comes to love, when it comes to the way that I move forward. And you're not going to be able to see everything. Like, people don't see everything, Virgo, that you are going through, that you are metamorphosing into, that you are setting yourself free to be able to have things fly together. And it's beautiful because I'm seeing a sense here with the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords is the energy that is now leaving. You know, there's a sense of like the bird has to fly free, right? These energies have to soar together. And that is going to be what you are looking for in a relationship that you are in, or in a relationship that you are starting. A sense of, I need my freedom and independence, which is going to be different than those energies that we see like depicted in movies and TV and everything like that, where I want to be in each other's pocket. And that could be good for the beginning, but there's a sense of flying free together, embracing ideas, embracing creativity, embracing insight, looking at things with openness and honesty. And also knowing that you don't fit the mold. Also knowing that there's a uniqueness, there's a difference to you, that you can say, oh, this is a bad thing, right? I have to be more like XYZ. And Spirit is really saying here, you have to be more yourself and not think there's anything wrong with that. Spirit doesn't make mistakes, even though we can think that Spirit does. Now, when people choose to ignore the energy and go more towards base, hurtful, hateful energies, yeah, that's a mistake, but that's a human mistake, not a spirit mistake. So here, as you move forward with the Queen of Swords, in that energy that is now leaving, in that sense of tenacity, determination, and insight, where you've learned to guard your thoughts, you're a little bit too guarded at times, but that's okay. You know, not make them earn it. It's not like, oh, you have to prove this to me, but it's not like trauma dumping on a person instantaneously. It's a real sense of, this is the insight, this is what I want, this is what I desire, and I'm going to move slowly forward towards where it is that I want to be, because your strength is the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands is the minor arcana marriage card. Okay, so your strength can be long-term commitment. You're very good at that, Virgo. So that is a part of your strength, but it's also the beauty, tenacity, determination of you. It is a sense of celebrating your life. And as you celebrate you, as you embrace your creativity, as you look at your insight, your curiosity, your passion, your power, you're learning how to celebrate. And this is moving the energy from being one of frustration, being one of feeling, I hate to say the word impotent because it has such a connotation to it, but it's like feeling like I cannot perform in my life the way that I want to. I cannot embrace what I truly want to embrace in my existence and myself. And so I feel smaller and smaller and smaller, like I'm put into this box that I never wanted to be in and I never agreed to. And now it's breaking free from that. It is saying, what the heck? You know, who am I pleasing if not myself, right? How am I moving forward if not in joy of my own existence? And it moves you then to the 10 of Pentacles. And the 10 of Pentacles is moving out of, like, this is the near future. It's moving out of the sense of generational curses, right? So what was going through your mind is like, you know what? My parents weren't that happy, or they weren't happy at all. You know, my grandparents weren't, my great-grandparents, like I can see this in a line, or I don't know, you know, we're just not meant for happiness. It's a life of suffering and, you know, stoicism that I have to embrace. And I'm giving up on joy. And Spirit's like, no, don't. Embrace your joy and prosperity. This is moving from feeling generationally cursed, like the weight of the world and the inability of the world to be happy and coexist in harmony and love is weighing down on you. This is saying here, embrace your happiness, your love, your prosperity. You're building up your wealth. Keep it for you. Okay? It isn't, you know, building up your prosperity and wealth and then just throwing it all away and giving it all to everybody else. You will find emotional leeches where they're like, you know, hey, I can get a good time out of you. I can get, you know, connection out of you. I can get somebody who pays attention to me. And that's awesome. And I'm going to build that up because you're charging my battery and I'm just going to love you and leave you. So here you are building up your own battery. You're breaking hurts and pains that have held you back. And you thought, oh, but this is just the way it is. And now you're seeing yourself and you're redefining what it is that you want, what it is that you accept, you know, how it is that you want to move forward. This is you moving forward in generational blessing, wealth, prosperity, bounty, what you value as much as money is coming forward to you. And then it is this sense here. And also, like, again, 9 pentacles are up here on the banner. There's a tree of apples. There's a basket of apples that she's sharing. There's 1 pentacle on the table, right? In love, as you're moving forward in love, it's like, you put it on the table of who it is that you are, right? You say, this is me. I'm not ashamed of me. I'm very proud of me. And then you fill up your basket with what you're willing to share, but you also say, this is mine and this is important to me. You make sure that you matter and that you count. And it moves you then to the Knight of Pentacles. You're moving forward slowly and steadily. That's a beautiful thing. Okay? It can be boring, and some people might find you to be boring, Virgo. You might get that information like, oh, you're not as exciting, you're not as this, you're not as that. Yeah, well, you're not also trauma bonding with people and doing wild and crazy things that will not have good results in the end. That is perfectly okay. That's called being responsible. So you're actually saving yourself from those people. Here with the Knight of Pentacles, you're slowly and steadily moving forward to what you want, to something that is more valuable than gold. And it is a good relationship. It's somebody who truly cares about you. And it's moving forward in this love, in this passion, in this insight. And it will take time, right? As you are embracing love, you're going to find that you're very drawn to people who show up and who are consistent, okay? Who are steady, who have a steadiness to you. But there's also going to be a creativity. There's also going to be a way with words with this person, a way of like intellectually matching. That's going to be fun. And it moves you then to watch out, because you do have a tendency, okay? You are ruled by Mercury. You like to think, and you have a tendency to overthink, to overanalyze, to really be hypercritical about yourself. So here with the Eight of Swords, be mindful about that. Be mindful of overthinking, overanalyzing, putting yourself in a box in a cage, having yourself be overwhelmed. Be aware of this. It moves you then to your hopes and your fears. And it's like, well, how patient do I have to be? Am I being so patient? Am I believing in the universe will provide just to have love pass me by and it never to be part of your happiness, right? There's a poem, and I want to say it was by Patricia somebody, but I could be wrong because I read this poem when I was probably like 9. And it's happiness is like a crystal, fair, exquisite, and clear, broken in a million pieces, shattered, scattered, far and near. And then it's now again along life's journey, lo, some shining fragments fall. But there are so many pieces, no one ever finds them all. And there's a sense of like, do I not get to find this? And that's one of my favorite poems. I remember reading it, like reciting it to somebody when I was a teenager, because I just thought it was so beautiful. And they got so mad at me. And they were like, you get to find all the crystals, right? You get to have all the happiness, but maybe not all at the same time. And if you kind of step back and honor what you have, I think that is a beautiful thing. And so the hope is that by stepping back and letting the fruit ripen in its time, the beauty, the power, the prosperity will come forward for you. And the fear is that we'll wait till we are mummies, right? And, falling away to dust on this earth. And that's not the case. Don't be so dramatic as a person who likes the dramatic. Like, don't be so dramatic with yourself. And don't be so fatalistic. Having hope is one of the most beautiful things that human beings have. And it's getting to move forward in that hope and in that beauty. And it moves you then to the Five of Cups. Change your mind, change your life. Start to look at the healing, beautiful love that is around you. And it's not just like, okay, it's not just like, oh, but this person doesn't like me. Like this person doesn't see me. No, but start to look at the healing, beautiful love, the people that you are connecting with, the energies that are around you that boister you up. Like start to look at that, because that is a beautiful thing that will guide you forward. And turn away from kind of like that crying over spilt milk. That sense of this was the failure. And it's never going to be, because you've had your heart broken. You've tried, you've loved, and you thought, wow, this person sees me, they respect me, they understand me, right? They're awesome, this is wonderful. And then you have them betray you. And there's a sense here of like, I'm afraid. I'm afraid to truly love. And I do see love here starting first as friendship, starting first as a connection, as insight, and then opening to something more. And it's not saying like, look at every one of your friends, because I know I would do this, like, ooh, who could it be? But it's stepping back and saying, you know what? I'm going to enjoy this life and where I am and build such a beautiful world around me that people are called in. And you will have to be mindful of people called in to want to take advantage, who want to vampire, right? And suckle away that beautiful energy that you have and take it for themselves. Those people, you will start to repel. You will start to repel the happier you get and the more aligned you are with what it is that you want in your life. Because you'll call them out. Energetically speaking, you'll be like, oh no. And there'll be a sense of like, why am I always busy when this person calls? Like, why aren't we connecting? And it's going to be like, oh no, I don't want that. Like, you're psychically going to be aware of this. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides, show them clearly. Guide this reading and show them clearly, angels. This is wish. Set your wish out into the world. Very much the sense of when you wish upon a star. Set your wish out into the world and see how it comes forward. And let that wish be absurd. Let it be extraordinary. Let it be beautiful and powerful and just like everything. And see what spirit brings you. Like, because spirit will bring you what you wish for. But like, let yourself be worthy. Not worthy. It's not like you have to change you to be worthy. But let yourself know that you are worthy of the beauty of your dreams coming forward. It brings you then to your chakra energy, angels and spirit guides. Show them clearly. Guide this reading right here. Earth Mother, connecting with the earth. Okay, there's a disconnect. This is the Earth Star chakra located 6 inches below your feet. There is a disconnect around you. Okay, and it's from you to the earth. As an earth sign energy, that can be dangerous. And dangerous, not in like, well, it can be. It can lead to doubts and fears and depression. I mean, not a doctor here, but just saying energetically speaking, it can cause a lot of chaos. So being aware of that is going to be super important. Grounding yourself, centering yourself, letting yourself be outside, letting yourself be off your phone, right? Off the internet, off all the distractions, and connecting with the earth is going to be really important for you. It moves you then to the energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. This is the Prince of Wands. Be mindful of getting caught up in passion. Okay, you are. I know you're going to be like, I'm too level-headed for this. I totally got this. But Virgo, when the passion comes in, when things are just like really, really fun, you are going to get caught up in that and be like, oh, this is what I was looking for. And this is a love him and leave him type of person who will be really fun, but will not call back. Who will be really fun and call back a few times and then be on to something new because they just are. So being aware of this is going to be super, super important. You want the person who has a consistency to them. And it might be a little bit boring, okay, but has a consistency, shows up. And like, it's not boring in a sense of like you don't feel seen, but it's boring in a sense of like it's not matching the rom-coms we see on TV. It moves you then to your energy to be mindful of. Not mindful of, that was your energy to be mindful of. Your spirit energy, subconscious. It's divinity. Connecting to the divine. However you see the divine. You know, whether it's you like to study the divine. I love to study the divine. All different religions, all different modalities of worship. I find it to be fascinating. Other people have ideologies or the orthodoxies that they absolutely believe in. That's their truth. That's how they move forward. How do you connect to the divine? And I would say that one thing as an earth sign energy, and if you have earth sign energy prevalent in your chart, is that you connect to the divine through the earth. And if you have that connection broken, it will be harder to have that passion guide you forward, okay? It moves you then to your subconscious spirit message, and this is truth. Say what is true for you. This is the throat chakra. Say what is true for you. This is your truth. This is what you want. This is what you need. And you don't have to say it to anybody else. You can if you want to, but you don't have to say it to anybody else. You embrace your truth and what it is that you want. And you do so full-heartedly, tenaciously, and beautifully. Because you'll even be afraid, like, oh my gosh, that sounds so stupid. It's like, no, it's how you feel. And sometimes how you feel is silly, is like ridiculous. And that's okay. You know, you could be like, why do I even want that? Like, what is the point of this? And it's like, well, you know, we were told that's what you should have, right? Why does everybody want a Birkin or a Kelly? And I know that's very specific, but it's like, because we're told those are really, really important handbags and they make you, so they bring a power to you. Do you actually want that? Or do you want the status symbol? And do you want to be respected instantaneously on site? Because it's very much like, you know, ancient times where you wore the clothes, like you could only wear certain fabric. I'm thinking of ancient, you know, kind of, what was it, like closed off, I forget what it's called, Korea, where you were able to tell everybody's social status by the quality of the, not just the quality, but like the clothes that they were allowed to wear, the way that they were allowed to mend them. It was very, very specific. And so here, when you're embracing your truth, it's you're setting yourself free. And it's not like, I have to be in this box in this way. It moves you then to be mindful of the Ten of Swords. Be mindful also of things becoming very big in your head. You do have a tendency here, it says it in the cards, with the Eight of Swords to overthink, to overanalyze, to make things bigger in your own mind, and it can just blow up and it can become like this echo chamber. And here, this is overkill. So be mindful about that overthinking and over like analyzing yourself can make you feel like you'll never get to where it is that you want to be. And be mindful of feeling like, it's done. There are stories of people getting married, finding partners at 90, and that's just beautiful. And it doesn't mean that you're going to be 90 when you find your person, but it does mean that love isn't as judgy as the media makes it out to be, and people aren't as judgy as media makes it out to be. It moves you then to your subconscious tarot message. And that's so funny, judgment. You're rising out of judgment, of being put into a box. And you are embracing what you love and what you want and who you are. You're also embracing a part of you that has been slumbering for just too long. And now it is time to embrace your life, live your life, and shine in joy. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. And I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and be safe. And I wish you nothing but love in your life. Bye.